Hi, this is Rod Clarkin, and this is Living a Spiritual Life, number 11, Striving. This is a course where we're going through some of the essential requisites for spiritual growth, and you can get more of the information on my website by Googling Clarkin Chronicle. The objective for this module is to appreciate and practice striving every day to bring our behavior more into accordance with the high standards that are set forth in the Baha'i teachings, and to develop the disposition of striving. And of course, I put a note here if you would like, this is it's the 11th unit. If you want to go back and work through this chronologically, you can, or you can just jump in here and see what you think. What is the essential requisite for spiritual growth? This is the fourth one. It's striving every day to bring our behavior more in accordance with the high standards that are set forth in the teachings. What is the definition of strive? To exert much effort or energy, endeavor, and there are a number of synonyms. To exert one's mental or physical powers, usually under difficult and to the point of exhaustion. There are a number of synonyms there. You can click on them and they'll take you to further definitions if you'd like. There's an assignment here I want you to do before you go further, and that is to list what you do to strive every day to bring your behavior more in accordance with the high standards that are set forth in teachings. And after you've done that, I want you to have a second part of that, and then I want you to write down, if you would, why do you do this? And this is going to help you to kind of set your own agenda in terms of what you want to do and how you will benefit from this program. The assignment follow-up is there are many potential answers to these questions that I asked, but I want you to see how many you can find in this module that are meaningful to you. And one answer as to why is that striving is an essential requisite for spiritual growth. It will increase our love for, knowledge of, and nearness to God. And you'll find more in this module. So, for what are we to strive? Say, strive ye to attain that which hath been promised in the books of God, and walk not in the way of the ignorant. My body hath endured imprisonment, that ye may be released from the bondage of self. Baha'u'llah also says, strive that ye may truly recognize and know him, and observe befittingly his precepts. Why strive? There can be no doubt whatever that in the consequence of the efforts which every man may consciously exert, and as a result of the exertion of his own spiritual faculties, this mirror of his beauty can be so cleansed from the dross of earthly defilements and purged from satanic fancies as to be able to draw nigh unto the meads of eternal holiness and attain unto the courts of everlasting fellowship. How is our potentiality manifested? Know thou that all men have been created in the nature made by God, the guardian, the self-subsisting, and to each one hath been prescribed a preordained measure, as decreed in God's mighty and guarded tablets. All that which ye potentially possess can, however, be manifested only as a result of your own volition. Your own acts testify to this truth. On what depends progress? Success or failure, gain or loss, must therefore depend on man's own exertions. The more he striveth, the greater will be his progress. For what does Baha'u'llah say we should strive? The following slides will give two short passages from Baha'u'llah to help us know for what, how, and why to strive. His writings and the Baha'i teachings are filled with guidance to help us on the path to true spirituality and happiness. O peoples of the world, forsake all evil, hold fast to that which is good. Strive to be shining examples unto all mankind, and true reminders of the virtue of God amongst men. He that ariseth to serve my cause should manifest my wisdom, and bend every effort to banish ignorance from the earth. Be united in counsel, be one in thought. Let each morn be better than its eve, and each morrow richer than its yesterday. Man's merit lieth in service and virtue, not in the pageantry of wealth and riches. Take heed that your words be purged from idle fancies and worldly desires, and your deeds be cleansed from craftiness and suspicion. Dissipate not the wealth of your precious lives on the pursuit of evil and corrupt affection. Nor let your endeavors be spent in promoting your personal interest. Be generous in your days of plenty, and be patient in the hour of loss. Adversity is followed by success, and rejoicings follow woe. Guard against idleness and sloth, and cling unto that which profiteth mankind, whether young or old, whether high or low. The virtues pertaining unto God are all evident and manifest, and have been mentioned and described in all the heavenly books. Among them are trustworthiness, truthfulness, purity of heart while communing with God, forbearance, resignation to whatever the Almighty hath decreed, contentment with the things His will hath provided, patience, nay, thankfulness in the midst of tribulation, and complete reliance in all circumstances upon Him. These rank, according to the estimate of God, among the highest and most laudable of all acts. All other acts are and will ever remain secondary and subordinate unto them. Pause and reflect. It is recommended that you memorize one or both of the above quotes. The guidance and virtues mentioned in them are important for you to be able to remember and use on a daily basis. What ranks among the highest and most laudable of all acts? Can you list 5? And if you want, if you're looking at go to the slide program or go to my website, you'll be able to click back at those slides at the PowerPoint or in the regular unformatted text or in the PDF. I have put here some of the highest ranking that was included in that last quotes, and these are some of the virtues we're striving to obtain. He is a true Baha'i who strives by day and by night to progress and advance along the path of human endeavor, whose most cherished desire is so to live and act as to enrich and illuminate the world, whose source of inspiration is the essence of divine virtue, whose aim in life is so to conduct himself as to be the cause of infinite progress. Only when he attains unto such perfect gifts can it be said of him that he is a true Baha'i. How can failures help us? We must always look ahead and seek to accomplish in the future what we may have failed to do in the past. Failures, tests, and trials, if we use them correctly, can become the means of purifying our spirits, strengthening our characters, enable us to rise to greater heights of service. Upon what should our thoughts be fixed? Do not busy yourselves in your own concerns. Let your thoughts be fixed upon that which will rehabilitate the fortunes of mankind and sanctify the hearts and souls of men. What must we overcome? The individual alone must assess its character, consult his conscience, prayerfully consider all its aspects, manfully struggle against the natural inertia that weighs him down in his effort to arise, shed heroically and irrevocably the trivial and superfluous attachments which hold him back, empty himself of every thought that may to obstruct his path. Why should we strive to follow God's laws? Observe my commandments for the love of my beauty. Think not that we have revealed unto you a mere code of laws. Nay, rather we have unsealed the choice wine with the fingers of might and power. Question. From what you have read, Write a short statement on why to strive every day to bring your behavior more in accordance with the high standards that are set forth in the teachings. Why strive? Here are some possible answers. 1. It is an essential requisite for spiritual growth to increase our love for, knowledge of, and nearness to God. 2. To achieve greater understanding, meaning, fulfillment, purpose, happiness, joy, power, love, purity, radiance, and efficiency of character. 3. Abiding by spiritual laws and principles like physical laws is essential for well-being and happiness. Why is it difficult? It is often difficult for us to do things because they are so very different from what we are used to. Not because the thing itself is particularly difficult. With you and indeed most Baha'is who are now as adults accepting this glorious faith, no doubt some of the ordinances like fasting and daily prayer are hard to understand and obey at first. Is divine grace sufficient? No matter how strong the measure of divine grace, unless supplemented by personal, sustained, and intelligent effort, it cannot become fully effective and be of any real and abiding advantage. How will the means be found? When the will and the desire are strong enough, the means will be found and the way opened. What if we do not see the need? Baha'u'llah would not have given us these things if they would not greatly benefit us. And like children who are sensible enough to realize their father is wise and does what is good for them, we must accept to obey these ordinances, even though at first we may not see any need for them. As we obey them, we will gradually come to see in ourselves the benefits they confer. The assignment for goal setting. Set some goals to make sure you incorporate the practice of striving. Set long-term and short-term goals. The more defined, measurable, inspiring, and motivating they are, the more likely you are to achieve them. They should be challenging yet achievable. You may want to reward yourself to keep motivated. Some possible goals. Turn every stumbling block into a stepping stone. Make problems and overcoming tests a means for improving character, spiritual development, and happiness. Avoid backbiting, the worst human quality. Do not dwell on the faults and failings of others. Instead, discover and root out your own. Bring yourself to account each day. Other goals. One can hardly imagine what a great influence genuine love, truthfulness, and purity of motives exert on the souls of men. But these traits cannot be acquired unless every believer makes a daily effort to gain them. Additional guidance on achieving your goals. Associate with people who support your goals and are like-minded. Make a daily or hourly effort. Progress little by little, day by day. Challenge by challenge, victory by victory. No pain, no gain. Treat prayer, meditation, and reading like food. Striving, service, and teaching like exercise. They must be balanced. Assignment for practice. Choose one virtue, standard, teaching, or goal to focus on for a designated time, such as an hour, day, or week. Pray, meditate, and read about it. Practice it so that you and others can see a change in your behavior. Evaluate your progress daily. As you grow, add new goals from your daily readings. Assignment, read. Read William S. Hatcher's The Concept of Spirituality, Number 2, The Process of Spiritual Growth, Part 3, The Dynamics of Spiritual Growth Process, on pages 947 to 51, to get more and deeper background information for this in the next module. Assignment to read and meditate. Read and meditate on selections from the writings of Baha'u'llah on the civilizing of human character at this website, and morality and spiritual growth by clicking on those links. When you finish this module, you may proceed to the next. I hope you're enjoying.